Hi ladies, in this video I'm going to show you how to assemble the shaker lid circle box that I have available at the Little online store and at Whitlock.com. And I've assembled the base of that box right here. You'll know how to assemble that from the lid that I'm going to show you how to assemble, and if you've done my circle boxes before you'll know. And just so you're aware, this measures about 3 1/4 by 2 1/4, and the lid's going to actually add a little more height to it. But let me go ahead and show you how to assemble this. And just so you know, I haven't actually put one of these together yet. It's all working in my head just right, but I'm not sure, well, it should all work for real too. But just so you know, I'm putting this together for the first time with you. Let's first go ahead and start by folding all of these little teeth towards the center. These are what allow us to make the round lid shape. This piece is wider, and this is going to be the top part, the main part of the lid. This little shorter, skinnier piece is going to create our false lid inside that creates the shaker area. So I'm going to go ahead and fold those teeth down, and I'm going to go ahead and glue this little angled area to my straight edge, and I'm going to have the angled area be on the inside of the box so that it's not seen. So I'll go ahead and put some glue on that, and we'll let that dry while we work on our next step. Okay, so I like to make sure I get some glue right up to the edge so it holds nice and tight. Just don't want that edge loose at all. It would not look good. And you can see where those angled edges begin and end, and that's right where you want this to match up. Okay, I'm going to set this aside and let it dry. And I'm going to check it does fit nice and neatly right on top of that box, so that's great. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry. Now, right here I have a little embellishment piece that goes on the top of the lid, and I'm going to go ahead and glue that in place. A little glue around there, and just put this little embellishment piece right in the middle. Then I'm going to flip the piece over, and I didn't include this in the file because I didn't want to confuse you. I just took one of these other circle pieces and reduced the size for the lid, and just made a little cellophane piece cut out of cellophane to be our window. And I kept it pretty big so that it would I would have some area to glue, but you could cut it exactly the same size, but I wanted it a little smaller so it would be easier to work with and not you know, go all the way to the edge, so I'd have a little paper around the edge. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and apply some glue to that area and just go ahead and stick my cellophane right down and let that dry. Now that's going to create our little window lid. Looks really nice. Okay, I'm going to set that aside and let it dry. Now I'm going to create this little false interior lid. And I'm going to do that by go ahead and fold all these teeth down and fold them towards the inside of the box. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue this around. And just so you know, this is the exact same way I put together the bottom of the box that's already done the pink part. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue. I got a lot of glue on there, so I'm going to take that a minute to dry. Look at that, it's going to get too much glue, it's just really wet. Okay, so I'm just going to hang on to that for a minute. Now the two white pieces that I have sitting here are used for this false lid, and this windowed piece is used for this other lid that we have here. So okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let this piece dry. This other one should be dry now. I'm going to go ahead and glue our window lid on top of our round lid top. Okay. I'm going to flip this top over, and I'm just going to apply some glue all the way around the edge, making sure to get it right to the edge so that it glues down nicely. And I'm going to go around and put a little on these little corners just because I don't want them loose. I actually didn't create a cover for the inside because it will never be seen, but I don't want them coming loose either. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this on. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm just going to go around it, working to make sure that the edge of my lid goes right to the edge of the circle. Just double checking it from the outside to make sure things are lining up and looking really nice. You can kind of use your fingers and feel. Then you also want to make sure you push down firmly so that it really sticks down nicely. Okay, this is what the inside of your piece should look like, and the outside should look like this. Okay. The chair's not working. I want it. Just kind of working around the edge and pinching it, holding it together so that it glues down nice and tight. I think I put a little too much glue on there because it's just not quite dry yet. Okay. It's looking really good. Okay, now we have our lid for our box. And of course you wouldn't have to put the false lid in, but I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so we have our little ring here, and we are going to go ahead and put one of the circles inside to close off that ring from the lid. Okay, that gives you a nice clean inside of your lid that will be seen. And then I would have gotten it just a little too tight. And on the outside, I'm going to have to hold this down real tight to get it to glue right. Just using my fingernails, I'm kind of just going around the edges and pushing down firmly, making sure all those little teeth are getting glued down neatly to the top of the lid of the box here. Now, this is basically going to slip right inside this other lid, and you'll have a nice clean lid from the inside, but it also creates a little window in there. Before we do that, we need to make sure that we cover up all those little teeth so that you don't see them from the top of your box. So now we're going to use this last piece to cover that up. And making sure to get some right to the edges. Okay, that looks good. I'll go ahead and glue this piece on. And I'm going to flip it over and just again work my way around the edges, pushing everything down nice and firmly until you have this great little piece. I'm just going to keep pushing for a minute because it's trying to dry. All those little teeth kind of want to pop up, but I'm not going to let them. Okay. Now, You have this really nice little shelf that's going to sit inside. And before I slide it in there permanently, before you slide it in there permanently, you are going to want to put, and so I'm not going to glue mine. You'll want to glue yours so that it stays in place, but I don't know what I want to put inside my lid yet. So basically you're just going to push it down until the two are even. Make sure you have a little bit of glue in there, and you've got this really neat window that looks down into a little space, little shelf, and you could put candy in there or cut some little shapes, animals, little, I don't know, confetti, something like that. And then this entire lid will slip onto your box. And I'm having trouble with that because I didn't glue this into place. But you basically get the idea. That is going to just slide right on top of your box, and you have this great little box with a little window into a space for cute things. Anyways, I hope you enjoy making this box and that it is fun for you and that it comes in handy. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.